By all accounts, Lena was the kind of woman who everyone adored. 31 years old. Bright, empathetic, always smiling. She was a nurse, a daughter, a friend, and to Gavin, his wife of 6 years. To the outside world, they looked like the perfect couple. Instagram perfect, even. Romantic getaways. Sunday hikes. Homemade dinners. But scroll a little deeper, and things get darker. Neighbors said Gavin was quiet. Private. Too private. He kept to himself. Didn't smile much. And Lena, she was seen less and less over the past few months. Until one night, she told her best friend, "I think he's watching me sleep." That was the last text she ever sent. Gavin didn't report Lena missing. He told police she went for a walk and never came back. Said she was moody lately. Even suggested she may have left him. But here's the thing. Lena's phone was still in the house. Her purse, still in the closet. And her car keys, sitting in the ignition. So, if she left, where did she go? Police brought in cadaver dogs. The yard was pristine, except for a freshly turned patch of earth near the tree line. Too pristine. The soil was soft. The scent, off. They dug 6 inches, then stopped. What they saw next stopped everyone cold. A torn wedding veil, still damp from the rain the night before, wrapped around what looked like a hand. When they brought Gavin in for questioning, he didn't flinch. Didn't ask why he was there. Didn't ask what they'd found. He just sat and stared. "You think I killed her?" "We didn't say that." "Then why did you dig?" Detectives noticed something strange. Gavin never once referred to Lena in the present tense, only past. Only was. Investigators pulled Lena's phone records. What they found was damning. 1 week before she vanished, Gavin sent her a message, "You'll see what it's like to be under me." Literally. 3 days before, "You made your bed. Soon you'll be under it." The night before she disappeared, "Pack a blanket. It gets cold underground." It wasn't poetry. It was a warning. And no one saw it in time, Gavin confessed. But not in the way they expected. He smiled. He leaned in and whispered, "She dug it herself." He said he took Lena to the woods under the pretense of rekindling their spark. A picnic. Just the two of them. But what he brought was not wine. It was a shovel. And a gun. He told her to dig. At first, she laughed. Thought it was some weird camping prank. Then she saw his face. No grin. Just cold, surgical precision. She asked him if he was serious. He said nothing. She dug. "Any last words?" That's what Gavin asked her, as she stood in the shallow hole, covered in dirt, shaking, crying. "I love you," she said. "Too late," he replied, and pulled the trigger. But here's where things get strange. The autopsy revealed something no one expected. Lena had been shot post-mortem, meaning she was already dead before the bullet. Strangled. No bruising. No struggle. Tuck's report. She had been sedated. High levels of diazepam in her system. She never knew she was dying. Never knew he had planned it for months. And the worst part, the hole she dug wasn't even hers. Whose grave was it? The grave was too big, too long, wider than necessary. Police dug further. And just before sundown, they hit wood. A second body. Wrapped in tarp. Face covered. Unknown. Unidentified. Unburied. And Gavin? Still smiling. "You think she was the first," he whispered. "You're just scratching the surface." A second grave. A second body. And Gavin, still smiling. "There's something worse than murder," the detective would later say. "It's murder, with a plan. Before the gun. Before the shovel." There were whispers. Lena had started asking questions. Why was Gavin locking the basement at night? Why did the guest bedroom always smell like bleach? And why, on more than one occasion, did she find burnt scraps of photos in the fireplace? She'd asked him once, jokingly, "You hiding bodies down there?" He smiled and said, "Wouldn't you like to know?" But behind that joke was something Lena couldn't shake. A coldness. A sense that she didn't really know the man she'd married. And the signs were all there. But no one saw them. Not in TI. The body found in the tarp was badly decomposed, but not unrecognizable. It was a woman. Mid-20s. Blonde hair, fractured jaw, wrists bound with twine. No ID. No purse. No phone. But she had something tucked in the waistband of her jeans. A locket. Inside the locket, 2 letters etched into the silver, J.H. Detectives began reviewing missing persons reports across the state. It didn't take long. 4 months earlier, Jessica Hall, 24, was reported missing by her roommate in Raleigh. She'd gone on a Tinder date with someone named Logan Green. She never came home. But here's the twist. Here is no Logan Green. The photo used on the dating profile? A reversed, filtered version of Gavin Harper's high school yearbook photo. Same smirk. Same dimple. But flipped. Deliberately altered to hide in plain sight. Back at the Harper home, police performed a second forensic sweep. That's when things got stranger. The smart thermostat showed activity the night after Lena died. Someone turned the heat up to 90 degrees at 3:17 a.m. But Gavin was in custody by then. Oh, who was inside the house? The security cameras wiped. The data logs erased. But one officer, reviewing body cam footage from the first walkthrough, spotted something chilling, a photograph. On a hallway table and the initial stage, it had shown Gavin and Lena smiling at Niagara Falls. But now, it was turned face down. No one touched it. Or so they thought. In a box under the floorboards, detectives found Lena's old journal. She hadn't written in it much, until the last 2 months of her life. There, she had documented every strange moment, Gavin locking the windows from the outside. A second phone hidden in the ceiling tile. Muffled voices at night when Gavin was away on business. And then, one entry. Just 3 words. She's still here. They thought Lena was losing her mind. Until they found the hair in the vents. Blonde. Long. Not Lena's. A structural engineer was brought in. The blueprints of the Harper house didn't match the actual layout. The hallway was 4 feet shorter than it should have been. Behind the drywall, a hidden space. A secret room. Inside, they found a mattress. Used food containers. A rope bolted to the floor. And claw marks on the wall. Forensics confirmed it. Jessica Hall had been kept alive for days. Possibly weeks. Held captive inside the Harper home. While Lena lived there. And then, one final inexplicable clue. Scrawled on the back of the drywall, written in lipstick, "I'm not the only one." The investigation is now open nationwide. Gavin Harper is no longer a murderer. He's now classified as a serial predator. And law enforcement believes at least 4 more women may be buried on properties linked to him. But here's the real twist. The most recent text on Gavin's secret second phone, found under the basement stairs, sent 2 nights after his arrest. It simply read, "I did what you told me. She's next." To be continued, in part 2. Who is she? Was Gavin working alone? And what horrors are buried in the other homes he once lived in? Subscribe to Chilling Crime Files and hit the bell. Part 2 drops soon. And trust us,